Hi, boys and girls. Okay, so yesterday we read a story about the very hungry caterpillar, right? Today I'm going to show you how you can make two different crafts about the very hungry caterpillar, all right? Now, just like last time, you can use lots of different things to make these crafts. You can choose to do them exactly how Miss Liz did, or you can choose to make them a little bit different. And I'll tell you some ways that you can change it up if you don't have the supplies that I have. Now, the first craft that I have made is a caterpillar, okay? And what I did is I took a big piece of white construction paper. So I have a piece of white construction paper, and I cut circles out of green construction paper, and I made one red construction paper circle. So I used construction paper to make this craft. You could use markers or crayons to draw circles on your paper and then color them in with the red face and the green body. Or you could use construction paper, or you could use paint if you have paint. There's lots of different ways you can make this, all right? The big thing that I want you to try and do is write your name using the pieces of the caterpillar. Now, Miss Liz's name is very short, so I only put 3 circles on my caterpillar. 1, 2, 3. And then I put the face on the front of the caterpillar. So the important thing to do is make sure that you are writing your name. Now, if you're going to use construction paper, moms and dads, this is what I would do first. I would take the circles, count out how many circles they need for their name. So count the letters in their name. So for Miss Liz, it was 3, 1, 2, 3. So I would put those green circles on the table. And if your child wants to write the letters in their name independently, that is fine. If your child would like to trace the letters in their name, what I would do is write the letter in yellow or a pencil, and then let them use a black marker or something darker to go over top. So they can trace the letters in their name. So they're putting their letters on their circles. Then have them put those letters, maybe even mix them up a little bit, and have them put those letters in order. So they're working on a lot of different things here. They're working on tracing their letters in their name or writing the letters in their name. And then if you mix up the letters, they're also going to work on how to spell their name. It's 2 different skills. I know it sounds like it would be the same skill, but learning the letters in your name and learning how to spell your name is 2 different things. So we want to make sure they know how to do both. Once they put their letters in the correct order, help them glue them on. You can use liquid glue or stick glue if you have it. Have them put the letters on first, then give them the red circle, or have them draw the red circle on last. And make sure you put a smiley face, because you know our very hungry caterpillar is very happy. Now, I use bingo daubers to decorate my picture. I made a sun, and I just kind of decorated the bottom with different colored bingo daubers. You can leave yours plain. You can add different, like a different picture to it. Maybe you could draw a tree or anything, flowers, whatever you want to draw. And then I also added legs to my caterpillar and antenna to my caterpillar. So they might need a little bit of help adding those details to their picture, but overall it should be a pretty independent activity. Your job would just be to help them. Either you write their letters of their name for them and then they can trace it, or maybe you could kind of teach them how to spell their name if they're placing the letters in their name in the wrong order, okay? Now remember, everybody's name is different, so your caterpillar might be a really long caterpillar depending on how long your name is. So Isabella, you are gonna have a very long caterpillar. And then Liam, you're gonna have a shorter caterpillar, kind of like Miss Liz, because your letters in your name are a little bit longer. And what I've found, especially with people's names that are very long, if you kind of give your caterpillar a little bump you can fit all the letters onto the paper. All right, that's our first craft. And again, you do not have to do both crafts. You can choose one and do that and be done, or you can choose to do both. I'm just giving you an option to do either one. Now, what did our caterpillar turn into after he went into the cocoon? You remember? A butterfly. Now, to make this craft, what I did was I'm going to take it apart so that you guys can kind of see how I made this craft. I used a coffee filter to make this craft. You can also use a paper towel. That works too. I used a coffee filter. See, so that's my coffee filter. And then I just used liquid food coloring to make some dots on my coffee filter. Now, if you do not have food coloring, you could use watercolors paint. So you could paint with watercolors. Just try not to get it too wet, because otherwise it will make a hole in it. Or you can use markers. And again, you can kind of just dot it. You don't want to hold the marker down because it will make a hole in the coffee filter. So you just kind of watch them as they're working on it, okay? So they can decorate the butterfly however they would like. And even if you want to, they can kind of go in half and they can decorate one side of it, and then it should bleed onto the other side. Then once you are done, once the coffee filter has dried, you kind of just squeeze it in the middle and make a little twisty, kind of pinch a little bit. And then I had a clothespin at my house. Now, this is another option. If you have a paper clip, you can also use a paper clip. Clothespins obviously work the best because that's what this craft asked for. If you don't have that, you could also use a pencil. So you could put a pencil and then maybe use a rubber band or hot glue if you have hot glue. And then I put a little smiley face on my clothespin, and then you just squeeze the clothespin. Now this is working on their fine motor skills. If you're having them squeeze the clothespin to open it, and then they have to squeeze it, push all of that in, kind of squeeze it tight, right? And it can look, you know, however they do it. It can be independent. You can kind of help them open up the wings a little bit more. See, that side's a little bit more open because I kind of pulled on it. So do that kind of thing, kind of pull and tug, kind of get the wings correct. And then the last little thing, and this is another optional thing, I had a pipe cleaner at home. If you do not have a pipe cleaner, not a big deal. You could use a piece of construction paper or ribbon if you have ribbon at your house. Anything will really do. And I kind of twisted my pipe cleaner so that it looked like antennas. And again, I squeezed my there we go. I squeezed it open again. And then I put my little antennas on like that. Okay? Lots of different options to do, and he's really cute. And you can even, some things that I've seen on Pinterest, where if you have a magnet strip at home, you can put a little magnet on it, and it can be a little refrigerator magnet after a while. Just different things. And then you also have your butterfly and your caterpillar. So you have your caterpillar and your butterfly. See the little life cycle of a caterpillar. All right, I hope that you enjoyed those crafts. I can't wait to see all of your great works of art, and please send me a picture whenever you're done, and I cannot wait to see them. Bye, friends.